Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have a little less than an hour until I have to take my son to work. And I started working on these for the journals and I thought, well, why don't I go ahead and turn my camera on and we can do a quick little craft with me while I work on these. So I already went ahead. These are just those, oh, you guys have seen these before. I get these Bosco stick bags. Well, I used to. If I get hired full-time at Hobby Lobby, I won't be subbing anymore to where I can get this stuff. But anyway, excuse me. I used to get them when we'd go recycling when I would sub with the high school. And these are the ones that I had already painted and put napkins on. So then what I did, this one actually has like another one of the layers of the napkins in it, but it's the only one. The rest are just the paint on the inside, and you can still see some of the Bosco stick logo coming through. So I got these really, really cool colored papers. Some of them came from Christy Biddleston, who is Meta Mandala Art and Booksmith, I believe is the last word on there. Some of it she did, and some of it is Alley Cat, her daughter. She did some rainbow unicorn paper, I think she called it. And so I wanted to include some of their paper in these kits too. So I'm trying to include some of my favorites in here, some of the, favorites that I have bought from, and just, favorites of people that I really enjoy. So I just kind of want to include them too. We all like to put love in everything we make, and I definitely want to put a lot of love in these journals that I'm making for these ladies at the shelter. So I'm mindful of that stuff while I'm putting the journals together. I'm mindful of who I'm including as far as like from their shops and whatnot, and what I'm including just to fill them full of love. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but I don't know. That's just the way I think. That's the way my mind works. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. I also want to make some envelopes to put in there. So I think what I'll do is probably in the next craft with me, I'll probably do another video when I get back from taking my son. But so we'll focus on these for this one, and then hopefully for the next one, I'll pull out my envelope tool thingy, and we'll make some envelopes for the journals too. So basically, all I'm going to do with these is glue this paper on. I'd already cut them all down to size while I was, what was I doing? I don't think I was really watching anybody at the time. I just think I hadn't thought about turning the camera on yet. I'm getting my art glitter glue right now. I had to go this morning. School starts for us next week. And we had not had our day of open house, orientation, whatever you call it, where you can go and get the class schedule, find out where lockers are, and then, did I say class schedule already? Pictures taken. That's the other thing. They get pictures taken. Even if you don't want to order pictures, they still have to have them taken for the ID cards, because they use those for getting their lunches. Not that my daughter ever gets lunch at school. I thought for sure when she got to high school, she would want to get her lunch there, even if she didn't want like the regular hot lunch. I thought she would want to get the a la carte stuff they have, because our high school has a lot of choices, and a lot of good choices. I mean, often when I'm subbing, I would even, get lunch there at times, which really, it kind of bothered me a little bit, that the adult lunches are more than the kids' lunches, but we're getting the same lunch. So I'm not sure how they justify that in their mind. I just wanted to share a little bit more of that. But yeah, we pay $2 more. We don't get any more food, but we get to pay more. I don't get that. I don't think that's right. But I also don't get a vote. So, you know, there's that. I wonder if I should have... I guess not. I just had a little mind thought there rounding those corners, but I think I'm just going to keep them as they are. Sometimes I make more work for myself than I really need to, but you know, sometimes those rounded corners give it a nice look too. But I think we'll just stay with the way we are right now. But so anyway, I took Liz and her friend. We actually, her and her friend grew up together. We lived in the same apartment complex for a lot of years. And her friend's mom, her friend's mom and I actually were friends before the girls were born. She has a daughter who's a couple years older than my son. And then she got remarried shortly after I got remarried, and we both had girls within a few months, or is it both of the, no, they're a few months apart. Bailey's birthday is in May and Elizabeth's birthday is in November, but Elizabeth was born the November, and then the following May Bailey was born. So anyway, they've been friends forever, and she doesn't have a vehicle, the mom, so she called and wanted to know if I would take Bailey with us to get her stuff done today, which of course, yes, I did, because we were going anyway, and they've gone with us every year anyway. Since the girls have been in school, we have all gone together to do the, you know, the before school stuff. So it was nice for the girls to find out, you know, who their teachers were, if they have first or second lunch. Liz saw one of her friends at school and found out she is in her second hour class with her, so that made her happy. She also saw her favorite teacher. I mean, this guy would be my favorite teacher if I was in school. He's not just because he's really cute, but he's also really cool, and he's the one that also gives her free guitar lessons. Liz has a electric guitar, and she takes guitar lessons, and he does it for free. He did happen to mention at one time that he really likes this one Chinese restaurant here in town. So every now and then I get him a gift card to that restaurant just to be funny, you know, because he had made a comment that the students who bring him crab rangoon to conferences got extra credit. So, and he was just joking, you know, but that year, that was her freshman year, first semester, we did take him crab rangoon for conferences just to be funny. And then since then, you know, I've gotten him some gift cards to that restaurant. But anyway, really nice teacher. He's really young. He's in his second year of teaching this year. And just really cares about the kids, really gets involved with them and with what they're doing, and got involved with a lot of the clubs last year. Kind of overextended himself a little bit, but you know, we learn as we go that, you know, you got to be careful, because it's really easy for that stuff to eat away your time. But anyway, so she got to see him, and I had Liz likes having her hair dyed the cool colors, you know. And for the longest time we did the purple because she got it through Hot Topic, and it was one of her favorite bands that collaborated with a company and came out with this hair dye. And it's vegan, and so, you know, I don't have to worry about harsh chemicals and all that kind of stuff. And we had a little bit of that left over, and, you know, she just got her hair cut, and so her hair is a little bit shorter than it's ever been. And so just on the, like, the one side by her face, we did a strip of the purple, and she really liked it. And so, you know, he was telling her, you know, their hair looked cool, and so they were talking about that and stuff. So nice way for her to start out, I think, to, you know, see a friend, see a favorite teacher. Just starts things on a positive note. Now they're having orientation and all that kind of stuff tonight, but she doesn't really need to go to that this year. This is her second year at the school. I cut some of these a little bit too long. So she already knows the stuff, you know, that they're going to talk about at orientation. And whatever emergency forms and stuff that need to be filled out, they'll send that stuff home the first day of school anyway. So I'm not really worried about that stuff. Trust me, they'll make sure we get it. So I don't like to go to things where there's a lot of people. It's just not my jam. So whenever I can avoid it, you better believe I do. Now, if it's something my kids really need, I mean, I'm not going to not take them somewhere that they need or want to go because I don't like to be there. I mean, I will do it for them. But if I don't have to, yeah, you better believe I am not going to be there. I don't know yet for sure what I'm going to do on the insides of these. I just knew that I wanted to put something down. And at first I had pulled out some scrapbook paper from that butterfly collection, and I was going to put that in there. But then I got to thinking, this is like really sturdy paper, and these are already kind of thick. So I thought that might make it a little bit bulkier than what I want it to be. So I thought, well, hey, I got that colored paper, and this way I can include Christy and Alley Cat in the journals, and that'll all work out. So that's when I got the idea to use this instead. It's really nice to be up a little bit higher. It's supposed to be super hot today too. It's like 88. Why does it need to be 88 in August in Michigan? I don't know. That's just way too hot. I've really been enjoying reading all the comments and hearing what you all are up to. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting for the things that I've been making for the journal. So thank you for that. It's really encouraging, and it just really gives you the inspiration to keep going when you're making something like this. Getting all the nice feedback and comments and stuff, I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that the next time that I got on with the camera on. I do appreciate you guys. It's like the one side. Sometimes I forget because I think I measured from the outside, but on the inside you've got this flap, so it gives you less room. Like you don't really need as much paper. I could just fold that under maybe. Only a little tiny bit. There. That'll work. Some of these, a colored paper just really, really looks nice with it. Some it doesn't match exactly. It's like then you got to decide which side you want to use because the dyeing on these is really nice. Christy really does a nice job with her dyeing. She's so talented anyway. Oh my gosh, I watched a video of her last night doing a mandala on a canvas. It's just amazing. I love watching her. As she's creating, she makes it look so doggone easy. And I keep thinking, man, I really want to try that. That looks so cool. But then inside my head, I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably not going to go as easy as she makes it look. Because she does. She makes it look like it's just the easiest thing. And it looks so pretty. Hope this isn't too boring watching me just glue paper down. Thought about color dyeing or coffee dyeing or even avocado. I've even got some avocados saved in the freezer, like a lot of them, because I've been wanting to do dyeing myself. But I'm just thinking, when am I ever going to have the time to actually do it? Why does this glue do this? Is it because I'm not putting the pin in? But I mean, I want to be able to use my glue, you know, and not have to put a pin or a top on every other, you know, every time I use it, just because it's going to clog up. But it does look like there's some clogging in there. Somewhere in here I had a paper clip that I had used, but of course I still have a pile of stuff over here. I got that piano roll out too. I still want to use some of that piano roll in here somewhere too. Of course I don't know what I did with that. I guess I'm going to have to just get another one. I hate to keep wasting my paper clips that way, but there's glue coming up out of there though. Gosh, you guys hear that car out there? I don't know if the microphone picks that up or not, but boy, sometimes there's some really loud cars that go by here. Alright, let's see if that got it good enough that I can get it to work. Gotta keep an eye on my time too, because I gotta take my son to work. I still got about half an hour before I gotta be there, so it's like, which side was I gluing on? Oh, are you kidding me, really? Of course this has to happen while I'm trying to film, so I can spend 10 minutes of my film time trying to get my glue unclogged. That should make for great filming, great content. What not to do. Speaking of my pen, I gotta remember to put that where I'm gonna know where it's at. Oh, there we go. Let's push all that crud out with the pen, why don't I? Could have done that instead of wasting my paper clip, right? Don't always think of things right in the moment I should think of them. Sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptake. It's still got some, like, even though I tried to rinse it out, it still has some stuff up in there from when I lost my pen. And I tried to make do with another one, but it wasn't, what do you call it? Stainless steel. And so it like rusted in there a little bit. Well, it got some buildup in there. And it didn't want to come out even when I, there we go. It didn't want to come out even when I ran the hot water through it. I even put it in a little dish and soaked it, and it didn't come out. So do not put another pin in your glue bottle if it's not stainless steel, or it will haunt you for a while. Okay, I think it just hadn't spread out there. Okay, then this color blue was a little bit different. I really couldn't, well, I mean, I didn't look past this. I found this paper and I thought, well, that looks, ooh, I kind of like, I think I like that side better. I thought, well, that looks kind of good with that color blue. I think I like it like that, though. It feels good to be using this stuff. You know, I've had a lot of this stuff for a little bit now and just hadn't really had time to do anything with it. But now that I'm making these journals and pulling stuff out of my stash, it just feels really good to be using this stuff that I had bought. I should tell you guys too, for those of you that weren't at Brooke's sale Sunday, Brooke, who is my, not my, she doesn't belong to me. She's, Recreations by Brooke is her YouTube name and her Etsy shop name. Anyway, she had a live sale on Sunday, and at the live sale she was talking about this suitcase she had full of really cool kinds of paper and ephemera and stuff, and she was talking about how long it would take her to get through that whole suitcase. And so through the course of the conversation, what was decided was that she was doing up some mystery boxes, and for a certain price, I think she was filling one of the big priority mail boxes, and I think it was $33 or something like that for that whole box full of ephemera from this suitcase. Anyway, so if you want to get in on that, contact Brooke, because she did it by order. She'll take orders for it. Now, she won't be able to do it until she gets back from the road show, so you got to be willing to wait a little bit to get it. But I just thought that was a fabulous price for a box full of some of this really cool stuff that she has from all of the, you know, places that she went, estate sales and wherever all she got all this cool stuff. So I will link her channel below in case you guys want to get a hold of her, and I'll put her Etsy shop, but it's all Recreations by Brooke, but I'll put the link to her Etsy shop for you too, so you can send her a message on there and let her know if you're interested in purchasing one of those mystery boxes, because I'd hate for anybody to miss out on such a cool deal. Yeah. So now the next thing I have to decide is how I want to decorate these. I might, you know what, I might wait to decorate them once I get them in the journal, like I did my Wizard of Oz ones, because then I kind of know what's around it and what will fit. So I think we'll leave those as is for now. We'll come back to those. I also want to, I haven't printed off those digis that I bought from Diane Shaw yet either, so I need to do that as well. But what we can do, since I still have a few more minutes, is we can get out the envelope Punchboard. That's what it is. I can never remember what that's called, so I usually say that envelope making tool. Sounds so professional on what I call things, you know. I'm just trying to make some room over to the side so I can flip this open and have it lay flat. Okay, so Laura, the Jersey Crafter, here's your tutorial, kid. Now, I don't know if yours is like this or not. This is We Are Memory Keepers, but this is one of the older ones. I got this a while ago through HSN, I think. I bought a box that had this and a banner one, and I think something else, like it all came together. But anyway, on the inside right here, it gives you your measurements. You can do envelopes on here, you can do bows, or you can make 3D boxes. I'm just going to do envelopes right now. So on your size chart, it tells you card size, paper size, punch guide. Well, I'm just going to go by what size envelope I want to make, because I'm not making it for a card. But I know my journals are, the pages right now are within the, I think it was 8x6 size. And I want to make a little bit bigger envelope for these. So I think I'm going to go with a, maybe I'll go 5x5. I'll make one and see if that's what I want. So when you look at your size, which is your first column, it's going to tell you your paper size, which is 8 3/8, and you want it to be square. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out, well, how am I supposed to know what the other side of my paper is supposed to be? It only gives me one. Duh. Hello, Durinda. It's the same. So I'm going to use one of these sheets that I already had out. And I don't know, do I really want to, honestly, when I do these, I try to make them the easiest measurement I can. And honestly, 8 3/8 is not really that easy for me. So I think we're going to go, we'll go 4.5 by 8.5, and that our paper size is 10.5. No, why would it be 10.5? Oh, no, 8. No, I don't want an 8.5. What am I saying? What am I saying, you guys? Let's go 4.5 by 5 is what we want to go by. And that will be 8 inches for the paper size. Okay, so I got my paper cutter. You guys know I hold it weird. I hold it out here. I'm going to put out my little extender arm. And we're going to go to 8, right? Did I say 8? I think I did. Yeah, 8. Okay. So we're going to get an 8 by 8 piece of paper. So I'm just turning my paper and getting my other 8 inches. 8 by 8. Okay. And this paper is from that Mariposa pad. Alright, so here's your 8 by 8 piece of paper. Alright, so when you put it in the punch board, the next column, the third column over, is going to tell you where on your punch guide your left edge needs to be. It is going to be at 3.5. Alright, 3.5 is right there. So I'm going to line this up at 3.5. Oh, I need my scoring tool first. Okay. Alright, 3.5 is right there. Okay, so you're going to go into your furthest over groove right here, and you're just going to follow that. My hardest thing is staying in my line. Is it that furthest one? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Finding my groove, man. That's my hardest thing. All right. And then don't forget to punch your little notch before you turn it. Okay. So once you get your first little score, you want to line it up right here on this one, which also has a little slit right here. And then you also can see your line here. Okay, so then once it's lined up there, you're going to go over to that furthest marking here. Find your groove, which I don't do it hard the first time because, I don't know, for some reason I have a hard time feeling that groove. I don't know why. It's a thing though, I'm telling you, it's a thing. And then you just do the same thing all the way around. Didn't get that groove all the way either. There. Okay. Just making sure I'm lined up. This paper is really thick too, and the thicker your paper is, the harder it is to feel that, I think. I don't know, some people are probably like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no problem at all. I do. Okay. All right. Okay, and then you just fold your pieces in. Okay. Just like that. And it looks like I got something off a little bit. It's not exactly perfect there. It'll work. It's close enough to count. So there's your little envelope. We'll see if we can't do better on the next one. We'll do another one. I'll probably still use it even though it's a little wonky because that's just the way I roll. But we'll do another one. And that looks about the size I wanted, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so we're going to go 8 inches again. 8 by 8. And I got my paper cutter here. I'm just doing it out here like I do. Okay, so we're going to go 8 by 8. Okay, so there's my piece I'm going to work with. put it at 3.5. Okay. And we're going to put it at 3.5 again. No, we're not going to put it at 3.5 again. I just lied to y'all. We're going to put it on the line. Okay. Make our line again. We're just going to do the same thing all the way around. Whoops, boy, that was way off. There we go. Oh, I just notched it first, but I don't think that really matters. Maybe I should start over here instead of there, but that doesn't really work. This one came out the same way. It must be this size of envelope just comes out a little bit wonky like that. I don't know. Kind of cute though, right? And you can decide which way. It's going to have to go this way because the letters are wrong if it don't. Anyway, it goes like that. There we go. So there you go. And then, of course, I'll just need to glue those down. Let's do one more. Let's make one with this paper. This is kind of pretty. Let's try a different size. Let's do a different one just for kicks. Let's do let's see, we did the 4.5 by 5. Let's see. I'm looking at what are my easy measurements. Okay, let's do, no, I want one bigger than 4 by 4. Let's see. Just looking over here on my chart to see. Let's do let's see, 5 by, trying to keep my measurements in mind of what my journal is. Let's try a 5 by 6. Let's see what a 5 by 6 looks like. We need a 9 by 9 piece of paper. It should be very similar. Okay, 9. By 9. Okay. All right, so here's our 9 by 9 piece of paper, and let's see, where was I at? Okay, 4 1/8 is where we need this to be, which is right there. It's hard for me to see that with my eyes. Okay, so we're gonna, of course now I can't see the groove. I think I got it though. Alright, there's our groove. Do our notch. Okay. seem to be finding that groove a little bit better this time. One more time. And okay. I actually think I kind of like this size better. So this is what our envelope looks like compared to our other one. It's just a tad bit smaller. Okay, so that is how we use our envelope board. Okay, 3:49, I got a couple more minutes, and I'll have to make 12 of these things, so might as well make one more, right? We'll make another one of the bigger ones. I hear the ice cream truck going by. Okay, so we're going 9 by 9 again. There's our piece of paper. Okay. What did I say it was? 4 1/8. Okay. It's got those gold embossed butterflies, and it's, oops, I forgot my notch. Don't forget your notch. 4 1/8. So, yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to line that up on this side. Okay. And go all the way around, lining it up, making our little fold lines. Our little notches in there. Okay. You want to make sure you don't push too hard and go through your paper. I got a little bit hard there. Okay. And there's the back side. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I love this paper. Got a little bit, pushed a little bit too hard on that though. I'm wondering if these ones are going to be too big though. Let me see one of my, grab one of my signatures and see how that's going to, that's like as big as a page. But a lot of times what I do is I'll put like one of the flaps in the like crease. Like, let's say we're going to put it on this page. I would put the flap in the crease. Yeah, see, that's like, wow, that's kind of sticking out of there a little bit. And I'll probably put something on the edge anyway, so it'll be okay. But we better go back to the other smaller envelopes. Those ones are a little bit too big. I'll use it because I'm not going to waste that paper, but should have done that the first time when I did the first one, but oh well. It'll still work, but we'll go back to making them the 8 by 8 size paper. 3:52 is the time, so let's pull out another piece of paper. I'll make another envelope. to get too much out since it's in the way. That over there. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Okay, we'll go 8 by 8. Okay, and then 8 on the other side. Okay, so there's our square. All right, and let's see, for those ones, 3.5 was our punch guide. Left edge. Okay. In the right place. It's harder to see on that paper. And I suppose I could turn it the other way and do it on the white side. It may be easy. Well, that didn't work so well. There we go. Put that one in there so we can see better the difference of how that looks. So if we were to put it in the fold, okay, then it's like right inside the page. Like that. Yep, that's much better. Yep, that's going to look nice in there though, isn't it? Yep. Yep. So we'll go back to that size. Let's see, I think I got time to make one more before I have to go. Let's try it on the back side and see how that works. So I need 8 inches. By 8 inches. Our square. We're going to use this one this time, and this also came out of that same pad. I'm going to do it on this side and see if it's easier to mark it. 3.5. It's definitely easier to see where my score mark is, isn't it? Yep, that works a lot easier. Well, sometimes it takes me a minute to figure out an easier way to do stuff, doesn't it? I guess the important thing is if you eventually get there. Finally figure it out. You guys probably been telling me all along, Durinda, turn the paper over. It'll be easier. You big dummy. Oy vey. Sometimes I am my own worst enemy, aren't I? There. Oh, that went so much quicker too, didn't it? Gee, maybe I can make one more. Oh my goodness, you have to laugh at yourself, don't you? Because if not, what else are you going to do? Might as well. Crack myself up all the time. Alright, 8 by 8. Liz is coming down the stairs because she knows it's about time for us to go. I I'm just going to do one more envelope and then we'll go.
What?
I'm filming and I'm going to do...
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm going to do one more envelope and then we're going to go.
Oh.
You can go out to the vehicle if you want. I'll be out there in a second.
Oh, I didn't
Or
know
you
we
can
were
wait.
leaving.
It doesn't matter. Huh?
I didn't know we were leaving.
And then I forgot. I was doing it on... Oh, you didn't? I thought that's what you were coming down for, is because you figured it was time.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. I don't worry about you coming through when I'm filming. I'm not going to make you stop life just because I'm doing something. Besides, you guys are all used to Liz being around when I'm filming anyway. Okay. Okay. And there is another envelope. See, you really can get going kind of quick once you figure everything out and work out all the kinks and stuff. Well, that was a little wonky, wasn't it? Anyway. Yeah, that one did not come out perfect. Not sure. Not sure what I did there. It's just off a little tiny bit. I don't worry about that kind of stuff, you guys. I can't. Life is too short. I got too many journals to worry about little tiny little imperfections like that. So anyway, that is how you use the envelope punch board. We will get back to these later once I get them in the actual signature. I will print off the digital kit so we can do something with that. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Thanks for crafting along with me. Don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know what you were doing or whatever else you'd like to let me know. And thanks for coming along. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.